Hello, my name is Brisa and I am a digital artist. This is a project that I called Plants. Plants is actually a project that I developed since, I don't know, a long time ago, like half of a year, I think. And I started the project because I was thinking a lot about the phenomenon of the plants, and also I was thinking about life in general. So as life that can be like represented into fractal shapes. So my project, it is just basically that. It is an example of what I see, because me as an artist, I feel like it is necessity to explore another minds through my point of view. So what I am doing, it is not science. It is not something like mathematics and something that you can prove. It is completely qualia concept. So about this qualia, I think that we human beings have a consciousness that can go beyond the real knowledge, let's say knowledge as facts, as truth, as science. So I'm not going to change anything, but I'm contributing on the general mind, let's call it consciousness. At least this is the word that I am completely in. Well, because of this, there's a book by Jacobo Greenberg, a Mexican neuroscientist. So he was explaining a lot about the process of how do we interpret the reality through our brain, because it has this connections of energy where everything you can see outside in the world, it is just a perception of reality that it is for you. This is something that you only can see. No one can see it the same as you. So if there is this big consciousness that we can be sure about, the fractals can connect all of these minds the same way as the network connection in the plants happened, like for example, let's think about the World Wide Web, right? It is a connection online where every human mind can connect itself. It is a fractal. Then there is another fractal on the alive organisms. There is this fractal shape where every single live organism is connected, right? I was watching a documentary about the fungus, and this guy called it wood wide web. Let's put it in a shape, and then we will have this neural connection. Then for me, this is actually something interesting. I'm gonna go deep with this. So I designed some sketches to alive beings, which is how plant have animal, let's think, or even insect. So for these two characters, I recreate a landscape for them. It's called Plantscape. So they can actually go through the space to their space, not like a cosmos. Then these two characters, they can see. It is something also important, because the eye represents something like a connection through the reality as we see the reality, and the reality for them as they can see through their own eyes, because there's one single plant who has one eye and the other one has two eyes, and they are being fitting by a sun, which is actually another eye, and this eye has these fractals on it that connects everything. A virtual image. I know now what is the difference between the virtual image and the real image. So the virtual image, it is what can be reflected like a mirror, and then you can see the reflection on the other side, which is actually the real picture. So how could you notice the difference between these two? When we develop this idea of the virtual reality glasses, and then you play on the game and you are completely in, your brain cannot identify which is the real truth, which is the real reality, let's call it. So what you're doing is like your body reacts on that VR. Then you can have this experience of living the reality as you think it is, which is actually God knows what. So yeah, basically the plant thoughts, which is coming in another video, animation, short one, maybe 1 minute, maybe something like that. It is actually going to be what's going on inside of her mind, like a conscious of a plant. There is another book called Planta Sapiens, Pablo Calvo. So this is just an approaching of what is actually alive. What does it mean to be alive as a species? And then the roots in a big scale, let's think about the world like a sphere. And then if we think about this World Wide Web, or just the web that connects every single root of the plant in the world, and then created something like a world, but it is like full of neurons, because it seems like it is like neurons, and then you mix it all, you have a brain. This is what I was trying to make comparison between a human brain and plant's brain. That's it.